Hi guys, welcome back. So, as is customary, something a little bit different this time. I'm trying to shake things up a bit with this channel, keep things interesting, and I do have a lot of stuff going on, but this one is a restoration that I've been meaning to do for a long time. This has sat in a shed, completely seized up, for probably the better part of the last 20 years. It's something I rescued from my dad's shed. In fact, I popped over from Belfast over to the Midlands a couple of weekends back, and basically I am looking to restore this to its former glory. This is a 1946-47 Boxford miniature precision lathe. It's driven by a belt from a separate motor. I have one of those in the shed. I don't have to worry too much about speed with this, but I do have a pulse width modulation speed controller. I've had that for a few years now, so we should be able to get some very satisfactory results. Just need to get it freed up. The whole assembly is completely solid, nothing moves, so pretty much what I need to do is douse the whole thing in penetrating oil. Product recommendation if anyone is interested, RP90. It's one of the Action Can series, very good stuff. So I'm going to completely drown this in this stuff, leave it overnight, and then start the strip down tomorrow. Another thing on the list for tomorrow is the wings on the Project Golf, so keep an eye out for that one. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get busy and give this a good old soaking, so that hopefully by the morning we can start to free things up and figure out what, if anything, needs to be replaced. It should be good fun trying to find ancient British threaded bolts and so on. It's probably Whitworth. Looking at some of the threads, and this is the one that I've been able to loosen off so far. It's a brass nut. This one looks to be the coarse version of Whitworth, but we'll see what we see with that. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to stick a sheet around this and empty about half a can of RP90 into it, and we'll see what it does overnight. Now, just looking around this thing, there are some spots like this here where there is supposed to be a scale. So when that's freed up, there'll be a scale on there, so you can see how many degrees you've turned. The scales on the end. The whole thing basically just needs completely reconditioning. All of the surface rust dealing with, completely stripping back and repainting. So it's a really nice little restoration project, but as you can see from the state of it, it has seen better days. But I'm hopeful that with a bit of elbow grease and an awful lot of penetrating oil, we can get some results out of this and actually start using it for actual work. Anyway, let's go pop you back in the corner here and get on. I'm going to give this a little bit of a scrub with a plastic bristle brush. And there you go, it's effectively a toothbrush. I do have a toothbrush for this very purpose as well. Several in fact. Now, this is a very simple lathe, nice and precise, but very simple, so it should be relatively easy to bring it back to a very serviceable condition. But I am going to have to chemically treat a lot of rust, and for this I think I can justify going a little bit more heavy duty than I did with some of the components on the recent steam model restoration. I'm going to use Harpic 10X, which is designed to deal with line scale, that kind of stuff. Oh, it's starting to come clean. going to take too much effort. Just a lot of elbow grease and a good bit of time. Scales starting to reveal themselves here. I'll zoom you in for a close-up in a sec. We're starting to get a little bit of movement as well. So down here, the scale's starting to show. Starting to get a little bit of movement around that as well, which is nice. Not going to push it too hard, we'll see how that frees up. Also on the bezel here, now that one is pretty grim. That's what it should look like, but I reckon we should be able to polish that up no problem. So yeah, right, time to basically just leave it with a penetrating oil to do its magic. Absolutely fill it up, and I'll come back in the morning, strip this down, and we'll see what we're dealing with. So there you go. That is the next project. The restoration of a 1940s 46-47, somewhere around there, metalworking lathe, and once restored it is going to be actively used for a whole bunch of things I've got in mind, but we'll keep those in the bag for now. Right, so that's it for now. We'll see what happens the next couple of days. I'll keep these episodes pretty short. The strip down I'd imagine is going to be relatively straightforward. If I can get the chuck off, that's a nice easy piece of servicing to clean that up inside. The tail piece, this sleeve is going to be a problem. There's a woodruff key in the back of that holds it, stops it spinning. I think it's a Morse taper 1 fit in the tail, I remember that much about it. But yeah, this chunk here in the middle is where all the action happens, so we need to free that up. So there you go. Thanks for watching, take it easy, I'll see you next time. Cheers.